guys. How's it going? Hope everything's okay on your end. I know it isn't on my end. I feel kind of awful right now. To be completely honest, I feel kind of awful and I just want to get things off my head for the most part. What microphone am I using? I am using the correct microphone, that's good. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm more or less out of it. I honestly don't know what to do. I feel awful. I also have a cold and I'm kind of out of it, but I still want to. How do I say it? I want to rant a bit because I feel like I have no other place to turn. And I just want to speak out. I don't have anywhere I can turn. Mental health is kind of awful here in Sweden. Or at least where I live, mental health isn't. I feel like it's not being taken serious. I feel awful. Right now I'm just trying to I'm trying to get through the day as best as I can, but it's honestly really hard to get through things. It's hard to explain what I want to say, but basically I feel awful. My meds aren't really helping, but I take them anyway just because I'm trying them out. I'm sorry for not uploading anything either in a really long time. It has been really god awful, to be completely honest. I feel completely out of it, more than I normally would. And I genuinely I don't know how to say it properly. Some things I've experienced as well is I have no interest in what I have no interest in things I usually have great interest in, if that makes sense. I have genuinely thought of trying not to get banned here, but I have genuinely thought about alt F4ing myself from existence multiple times. And I'm not trying to get sympathy points or anything, I'm just streaming to rant in general. Because that's all I can think about doing. I just want to vent, speak. I have no one I can talk to about my issues. So I'm just streaming for the sake of trying to blow off some steam, I guess. My mental health is more or less down the drain. Yesterday was exactly 1 year since I got my driver's license, which is something positive, I guess. But genuinely, positivity is something I have not felt in a long time. I want to be positive. I want to be positive. I also want to be able to live my life, but I'm not sure how the fuck. Honestly, I don't care if I get age restricted or anything. I don't know how to live happily at the moment. Genuinely, my life is just going down the drain more and more. Like, every single day I have alt F4 thoughts, and I feel like they're getting worse and worse, and I don't know where to turn to get help, because in my personal opinion and in my experience here where I'm from, mental health is not taken serious as it should be. And that is genuinely a problem. Sorry if I sound god awful as well. It's really hard to speak for me, and also hard to get my points across, like my thoughts out, since I'm not used to streaming or recording in general. That is also something I'm bad at, which I should get better at, in my complete honesty. But, and again, this is a case of I repeat myself without thinking about it. I don't know where to go, to be completely honest. To be completely honest, sometimes I just... Sometimes I've even thought about just pack up the most basic things I have, get in my car and just go. No destination, anything. Not even taking my phone with me, basically becoming almost untrackable. Basically fill a USB stick with the music I like, take the most basic stuff and just leave. I hate myself so much. It drives me nuts every day. And how I'm not gone yet, I have no idea. That is genuinely a mystery to me, how I'm not gone. How I'm not. I'm not sure how to say what I'm trying to say, but basically what I'm saying is I'm not sure how I'm still alive. And I'm also not sure what to do with myself because I hate myself, which is obvious. I want to lose weight. I'm trying to as well. I don't know what to say really, to be completely honest. feel fucking awful. Alt F4 thoughts are not nice. I it's not just that I thought about it, I have actively thought of how to do it. Like what approach I would take. And it has gone, the two approaches I have thought of the most is I remember a month and a half ago, possibly. I don't remember exactly how long it was. 2 months ago, almost. It was the beginning of August. I know that. I literally went into town, and I sat in a parking lot for a good 20-30 minutes thinking about how to Alt F4 myself. One of the ways I thought of was literally either drive as fast as possible into a random tree in the forest, somewhere there are no people really. Another plan I had in my head was drive into a lake. I know a few places where I can literally drive my car into the fucking... I swear to God, one of the ideas I had as well was literally take the car, drive into a small lake or something up on the mountain here, basically make the car and myself disappear. I have also just gotten the random idea of just pack the basics one day and basically fuck off with no trace whatsoever, which in and out of itself is not a good idea either. I'm not really sure what to do with myself. I feel like I'm reaching a breaking point where it's a case of I need help or I'm going to hurt myself. And my meds are not really working in my opinion. I don't really feel a difference with them. Which in and out of itself is not a good thing. They're supposed to help, but they're not really helping me. But then again, it takes a while for them to help. It's literally a month since I started taking them today. I'm not really sure what to do. Like, genuinely. This summer, I did go to Norrland for on a road trip on my own. And I was hoping that would help me clear my mind, but honestly, it hasn't. I would say it was a nice trip, But now it's a case of I don't know what to do. Like, I don't have any fucking cash to do anything right now. And I'm not sure if I left I would be able to help myself, or if that would basically just make it worse. But I don't want to. It's so weird because I don't. Fuck, I can't say properly. I'm losing it more and more every single fucking day. I am genuinely surprised that I'm still alive, to be completely honest. Because in my wholehearted, honest opinion, I shouldn't be. But yet, here I am. Like, my mental health is so bad that I genuinely don't even go. In the morning, I don't even want to wake up in the morning. I just want it all to fucking end. Genuinely, any minute I have, and normally I would enjoy things I normally enjoy. I have lost complete interest in most things that I usually enjoy. Like video games, for example. I'm losing interest heavily, which might be normal, but it's come very sudden. And also, photography. I loved to take photos and such, but now all I think of in my head, all I can think about, and I don't know why, but my head goes to like post-apocalypse and such. I do not know why. I would genuinely love to visit like a ghost town or some shit. And the thing is, I have a tendency to not show my true self to people because I don't want to put my... I don't want to burden them with my problems. That includes my own parents. And every time they ask me how I am, I always say that I'm alright, when in reality I'm fucking not. I am fucking losing it. And I don't know why I put up this fucking facade of everything's fine when clearly it's fucking not. It's going downhill. And more every fucking day. And yet, my brain just puts up this fucking facade of everything's fine, don't worry about me. And the thing is, I want everything to be fine. But it isn't. it sounds like fucking stupid rants, and it sounds ludicrous as well, but I just felt like I need to vent, I need to speak. And since I don't have anyone I can speak to, I just decided to be like, hey, I'm just gonna stream, because why the fuck not? What the fuck do I have to lose at this point? I'm gonna be completely honest. There is one thing that I have also thought of, and this is in connection to the Alt F4 thoughts. I have a lot of airsoft weapons, and in my head I'm like, I wish this was a real fucking thing so I could just pull the trigger and end it. I know I shouldn't really talk about my problems, or at least do something, but it's like, I can't. I should speak to someone, but no, I don't. And it's like my brain forbids me to talk about things that I should talk about. And I don't know why that is, but it is frustrating. And with friends it's even worse. Like, sure, with my parents I don't even tell them how I feel, but with friends I give them half truths, like, yeah, I'm alright, and basically God, how the fuck do I say it? I tell them, I give them a partial, I basically tell them partially how I feel, but I don't give them the whole truth there either, because as I said earlier, I don't want to bother people with my own problems. Which is such a stupid idea. But I do it anyway. I don't know if it's like a self-defense mechanism or some shit, but I'm not sure. I just want to be able to feel normal. Like, another thing that I don't tell people, whenever I look myself in the mirror, I don't feel like I'm looking at myself. I feel like I'm looking at a completely different person. And not myself. also don't feel like I belong anywhere. I feel like an outcast no matter where I go. No matter where I am, I always feel like an outcast. I don't feel a sense of belonging, not even in my own home, to be completely honest. Which is a weird thing to say, but it's truly how I feel. And it's hard to describe, but it's partially that makes me just want to leave. Basically pack up the basics and just take the car and go. No destination, nothing, just leave. I just want to leave. It's hard to say what I want to say really, but I I just feel lost in life. I've always felt lost in life. No sense of purpose. No sense of purpose or anything. God. I sound like a broken record, and that's not on purpose. That's basically just me spitting my thoughts out in the most coherent way that I can. I feel rejected by society in general, and I feel like I wish mental health was taken seriously and not basically the thing I'm thinking of, the mentality of men don't cry and such things. Like, oh, it's such bullshit because I feel like complete fucking garbage. And it's like I put up a facade every time I go outside, or like every time I'm in a social setting, I put on a facade of like, yeah, I'm fine, everything's fine, when clearly it's fucking not. And I'm afraid to show my true self. I want to show my true self, or at least I want to be able to feel truly happy, but I'm not. Every bit of laughter, every joke and such might sound funny, and I might laugh at stuff, but in the end it's just hollow. It's just hollow, there's nothing to it. I don't feel truly happy. And it's soul crushing. But I don't know how else to describe it at this point. I don't even know what to say or anything. Every single day I wake up, I'm like, every morning I wake up, the first thing I think is like, God damn it. Why couldn't I have just gotten a heart attack or some shit during the night? Because genuinely, I don't feel happy. I have not felt true happiness in over a decade, to be completely honest. I might say that I'm happy and such, but I'm truly not. I wish I could just hit the reset button and start over from the very beginning. Maybe increase my int stat or some shit, I don't know. I'm talking gamer shit right now. But basically I wish I could hit the reset button because I feel out of place. I feel wrong. No matter how that makes sense, but I feel completely out of things. I feel out of tune with myself and everything. I don't know what to say, but I'm just saying the first thing that pops up in my head, like normal. What I'm trying to say is I wish I could feel something like it. I wish I could feel something, at least something positive. But my brain, my body doesn't let me. I feel like absolute garbage, and I don't even want to wake up in the morning. I'm honestly not in the mood to sleep either. Most times I'm usually just up all night doing shit, which I know is bad for me and it only makes it work, but it's like a vicious cycle where it's like I want to do a thing, but at the same time I don't. I want to be happy, like, I really want to be happy, but happy is something I have not felt in literal years, and I don't know where to start trying to fix it or turn to get help, because lines I've been given have been discontinued, which makes it hard to get the help you need. I'm not sure what to do or what to say, because everything's just spinning in my head. All my thoughts are just spinning and I can't get them out properly. Like, I wanna say one thing, but 15 other things are popping up at the same time. So, speaking is not my strong suit. And that is something I'm fully aware of. I'm not sure what to say or what to do. All I know is I don't feel like I belong anywhere. And that is not something I want to feel. I actually want to feel happy. What am I doing here? Absolutely fucking nothing. God. Like, even playing games with friends is hard for me to do, since I've lost all interest in things I was usually interested in. And for me that's really hard, because I do want to have fun with people. But when it gets to the point where you're like, you wanna have fun with people, but you force yourself to do it, basically to reassure them that yes, you are alive, you're not planning to, you're not gone, you're not doing anything. You're basically forcing yourself to play with other people because you want to retain connections and such, when in reality you are so low that you are genuinely thinking about how to alter for yourself every day. And that is the point where I'm at, where I'm like, I'm forcing myself to do stuff. I wanna I wanna stay connected with people, and I'm not. God, it sounds really fucking rude to say it. I love the people I have connection with, but the problem is my mental health is so bad that I have to force myself to connect with people. And that is not something I want. I want to have I want to have connections. I want to stay connected with friends. But I'm isolating myself more and more. And I'm doing it subconsciously, like without even thinking about it. Like an example, today, literally, or like yesterday, since it's past midnight now, but literally yesterday, I told my friend that, hey, I'll be back after I've been to the bathroom. But then, after I had been there, I literally just, I did not rejoin. I just sat here and basically decided to do this instead after a while. But God. I should sleep with I should sleep. I realized that because my medicine has kicked in like 2 hours ago. But at the same time, I don't want to sleep. I want to get this done. I want to talk about how I feel and such without sounding like an idiot. But I'm just rambling. And that is not what I want to do. I don't want to ramble. I want to try to be coherent, make sense. But even that is hard for me. And I know I have friends that would definitely be with me no matter what. But at the same time, it's still the case of I don't tell people how I feel. Just because I'm afraid to tell people how I feel. Maybe it's something subconscious, I don't know, but it's not something I want to do. I want to be... How the fuck do I say it? I want to be able to tell people how I truly feel. Well, sure, I can, but it's still a case of... In my head, I'm like, I'd rather isolate myself than tell people how I feel. And that's not really how I want to live. It feels so dumb not being able to tell people how you feel. But at the same time, it's also a case of I don't want to mix people in on how I feel, while at the same time realize I have to do something, because otherwise I might not be here long. What I'm saying probably makes no sense, but I'm doing my very best to try and make sense. But it's really hard to get the point across. It feels so dumb as well because I know what I want to say, but I can't get it out properly. Like, why do I always decide to... Why do I always decide to lie about my mental health, or like lie about how I feel? When in reality it's just better if I tell people how I feel, but no. I decide to lie and pretend that everything's fine when clearly it's not. Which isn't how I want to be. But at the same time, I feel like it's better if I don't burden people with my problems or my feelings, or basically anything for that matter. I just try to blend in, I guess. Try to not be... basically trying not to be a problem or a nuisance. Even though it's clearly better to be honest, and that is something I realize, but it's something I'm not able to do. I'm trying to be better at it, but I keep defaulting to just saying I'm fine to avoid issues or questions. I can't find the motivation to do anything either. Like, I want to record videos, I want to record game videos and just mess around with people, but I can't find the time or motivation, mostly the motivation, to do any of it. If this is how my logic goes, so bear with me. This might sound really fucking stupid. You might say, or at least in my opinion, it's a case of, if I'm not happy, then why should I make a video pretending to be happy just for that? Why should I pretend to be happy in a video? Why not make a video where I'm truly and honestly happy, while at the same time haven't been while at the same time I haven't been able to be happy for over a decade. Why should I try something that I haven't been able to? Like like everything to me, all the small pieces of joy and such that sure you normally get from doing things that make you happy, or like activities that make you happy. But for me, it's all just hollow and temporary, and it's not true happiness, so to speak. And I know it sounds really fucking stupid, but it's the best thing I can think of. And I am being completely honest and such about how I feel, and my argument might be stupid as hell. I realize that too, but that's the best like argument slash reasoning I can find. In my head. It's weird sitting here and just speaking straight out. But at the same time I realize that I have to, because I need to at least say something. Which might not be the best thing in the world, but hey. I'm at least trying. I guess I would call this video a wellness check. Or like, I would call this stream a wellness check more than anything else. But in complete honesty, my health is really, really bad, at least when you talk about mental health. But to be honest, I'm not sure what else to do. And I know this channel is more or less dead. I have ideas on what I want to do. I want to make videos where I work on my car, but at the same time I don't have the money or equipment to do that kind of thing. I want to do like, God, I'm comparing myself to another YouTube channel. I want to do videos in the same style as the channel Garbage Time, because I find those videos kind of funny. They're interesting to watch. They're unique in a way. if I'm completely honest. But yeah, God. This is such a bad fucking rant video because I'm just ranting non-stop about my own problems. If I were in a group of people, they would probably tell me to shut the fuck up. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm finding it hard to get on with my life, basically. And I feel like absolute garbage, and every day I feel like I'm getting closer to Alt F4ing myself. And the thoughts of Alt F4ing myself have increased drastically, which in and out of itself is not good. But genuinely, I just need somewhere to vent or something, because I have nowhere I can turn. I feel like I'm losing it more and more every day. Like, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? That are some of the stuff I keep thinking of. I'll also try my hardest not to Alt F4ing myself. If you think I'm just rambling incoherently, then you are absolutely fucking correct. I'm trying to make sense in my head, but what I want to say doesn't come out properly. And that makes it so much harder to say what I want to say. I should probably sleep since I'm going to bed soon anyway. Or says I'm gonna wake up soon anyway, but as I said earlier, I don't feel welcome anywhere. Not even in my own home. And basically just summarizing now, mental health going down the drain, alt F4 thoughts becoming more and more frequent, when I look myself in the mirror, I don't see myself, I see a completely different person. Not able, haven't felt happiness in more than a decade, or true happiness in more than a decade. Everything feels hollow. I've lost interest in things that I usually have fun with. I put up a facade for people even though I don't need to, but I feel like I need to anyway, just to blend in. I don't feel a sense of belonging anywhere, which is something I should, but I don't, and it's honestly driving me nuts, because I should be able to feel a place of belonging, but I don't, not even in my own home, which is kind of bothersome. I have ideas for the channel, but I need both the money and time to make those things, and I have neither. I genuinely feel like I should have been dead a long time ago. And honestly, my mental health is so bad that I don't even want to wake up in the fucking morning, which is great. I love that feeling. I wish I could feel things and not just half-heartedly try to feel things that I haven't felt in ages. I normally don't make these kinds of videos, but I felt like I had to at this point. just to kind of describe my current mental state. And I genuinely feel like I'm gonna harm myself at some point in the near future. And it honestly feels weird to me that I'm still here. And I clearly shouldn't be. And my childhood years feels like blurs. I don't have memories from my childhood almost. I feel like an outcast, more or less. Which is something I don't find normal. I don't feel like I should feel like an outcast, not even in my own home. But I do. I don't feel a sense of belonging, and I just want to take my stuff and leave. And basically disappear. I feel like a goner or some shit. You feel like an idiot. I feel like an absolute fucking idiot. Well, I guess this is it for now, but I will make a part 2 at some point in the near future, I think, where I'm just gonna rant incoherently, just like I did today. I'm gonna make a part 2 in the near future, but for now I just wanted to get this off my chest and try to at least get some of my thoughts out of my head and into the open. Sometimes, and this is something that just popped in my head as I was finishing the last sentence. Every time when I have those Alt F4 thoughts, I'm like, would anyone even care if I just disappeared? Because as I said earlier, I don't feel a sense of belonging anywhere. And that is something I... It has become a common feeling for me. No matter where the fuck I am, it's a case of I don't feel a sense of belonging. I don't feel welcome. I feel out of place, no matter where the fuck I am. I feel out of place, and like I should just disappear. And that is something I realize is not normal, and that should not be normal. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be a part 2 at some point where I'm probably just gonna say the same shit over and over again, just like today, but hey. My brain is kind of mush at the moment, so I will talk to you guys at a later time in the near future. Don't know when, but it's definitely gonna be soon. But hey, have a good night, and hopefully I will see you guys soon or something. Have a good night.